Back to my channel. My name's Michelle and I'm going to be showing you around my art studio today. I just recently acquired the space down here in the basement and I'm excited to show you my little area and my little place that I can come down to and be by myself and get lost in my art. So first I'm going to show you my pencils. They're here on this little shelf. I've got my Polychromos and Luminance, and they're arranged by color mostly. And here's some more of them. A little bear that was my mom's. And here's my soft tools that are for my soft pastels, or my pan pastels, sorry. And here is my brush and pencil things. That's my powder blender, my titanium white, and my touch-up texture, which I really love. And here's just some brush pens, and here's some things that I used to use when I would do scrapbooking. It's just some acrylic paint and some glitter. And here's my little desk where I work mostly. This is where all the magic happens. Here's my easel. It's my daughter Kiara painting. And here's my little desk. And I have all my mediums for my oil paint. And my drink. And a candle to make it smell nice. My headphones. Here's my watercolor brushes. I just keep them right here so they're handy. And here's mostly my oil paint brushes. And this is, I really like this. This is my, it's a brush tank for my, it has my Mona Lisa odorless mineral spirits in it. And it's got like a little metal thing at the bottom, a mesh thing, and you can scrape your brush against it and it helps clean it really well. And here I just have a little pretty jar to put my pencil shavings in. And here's just some little cute things. I have a little pencil holder turned into a brush holder and a little hourglass. And over here I've got all my fixatives and my cleaners. I've got my odorless cleaner and my airbrush cleaner. And here I have some Beanie Boos that I've been collecting. And here's just some more stamp. It's some stamp things when I did scrapbooking. And here's some of my sketchbooks. And here's me and my mom and my aunt. This is when I was about 17. And that's me, my fiance, and my son Tyler. He's 20 now. He's over here. So back then, me and my fiance, we were married then, and we divorced when my son was around a year old, and we just got together again about maybe 4 years ago. And we're engaged to be married again. So that's my daughter. She's 12 now. And there's just some other family pictures of my mom and dad. That's me and my fiance when we were like 17 and 18. My mom, my uncle, my aunt. It's my son and my daughter. And let's see what we'll do over here now. Over here I've got my paint palette. I do it on a piece of glass with a paper underneath. It's easy to scrape off. And then in here I just have some miscellaneous things. My external hard drive, some printer paper, some carbon paper to transfer my drawings. Here's all my graphite, some rags for watercolor. So these are my watercolor supplies, my watercolor pencils. Here's my daughter's watercolors. I've got Cotman and some Holbein watercolors in here, and I'm not that great at watercolor yet, so I don't have like real expensive brands yet. And then here are my soft pastels. I've got some Rembrandt soft pastels, some Carbothello pastel pencils, and some more, say, Faber-Castell pastels. And I have some, these are harder ones, the Prismacolor new pastels. Oh, let's see, up here I've just got some random things. This is a paint, I don't know what it's called, but you like put it at the end of your tubes of paint, and you start, well, I can't do it one-handed, but you just turn this and it squeezes the paint out, so you get like every little drop. And here's just some paper scrap paper I use, some little small canvases, some mom's artist tape so my kids don't use it, and some little artist trading cards, Bristol. It's so tiny and cute. And printer paper. So we can try to keep the camera on the stuff. Here's some soft pastel tools that I use with my pan pastels mostly. And some acrylics. They're Liquitex Basics. And I don't really like acrylics that much. I tried them out again. I didn't like them in college either. And then I have these are some prints I did in college. They're actually like real prints that I had to like etch this on a piece of plexiglass, I think, or something, I don't know. And then like run it through a printing press, so it's got like a texture on it. I don't know if you can see it. There's another one I did of a butterfly. It was kind of fun. It was time consuming, but here's my gouache that I just kind of started getting into, and it's Holbein. Okay, and then I have this big table that I would do like my watercolors or anything that, you know, I lay flat, that I need a lot of space. And here's some little sponges that they're kind of like a sponge, but they're not. They're for my soft pastels, my pan pastels. And I have some little like boxes. I like to go to thrift stores and antique stores and get little cute boxes. It's a candle. That's me when I graduated college, if you can see. That's my son Tyler. And that's a watercolor I did in college. And I did it in Reeves watercolors back then because I didn't want to spend the money. And I really wish I had done it in a better watercolor because I really like it. There's a drawing I did of my mom and dad when I was like 12. There's some paper towels. That's a Beanie Boo of an elephant, and my daughter did a watercolor of the elephant. And it turned out really good. And here's just I was doing a color study of some of my oil paints. So I just did it in a disposable palette. And here's a oil painting I was working on. I never finished it. I'll have to get back to it. And some more of my Beanie Boos. And here's a commission I'm working on. It's in pastels and pan pastels, and it's like at the very beginning, ugly stages, so don't judge yet. And here's just some stuff I don't use. It's scrapbooking stuff, yarn. I can crochet, but not that great. It's my mom and dad back in the 70s. Here's my shelf that I keep my art books in, and some of my books that I had from college. So I have a lot of art history books that I really like to go through, and they inspire me. Some watercolor books and just some other art history books. This is something my mom made me. It's a troll, and they were really popular in the early 90s, and when I graduated from high school, my mom made the little graduation gown to go on the troll. And there's a hat too, but I don't know where it's at. It's super cute. And here is more the little thing I made in college when I was pregnant with my daughter. I don't know if you can tell what it is. It's not that great, but it's like I had to etch it into this metal piece, and it's my daughter's, like, that's what she wore when she came in from the hospital, a little bear and little baby shoes and bottle. And then we had to run it through this, like, ink press, and that's what we got. And it's kind of like textured. It's kind of cool, but it was really hard. We had to do like several of them. It was a printmaking class. There's a tiger I did. And then there's some more pictures of my family. It's my daughter now. She's 12. And here are my pan pastels. I really, really love them. They're so pretty. And here is my airbrush stuff that I am not good enough yet to do a video on. I've been practicing. I have the Neo airbrush, and it works. I mean, it seems to work good. I just need to learn to control it better. And then down here I just have some paper, heads of paper, and little containers to store things in.